Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is more than a groundbreaking rock anthem. It's a deep, philosophical exploration of identity, consequence, and emotional complexity. Throughout the song, the lyrics and musical composition are intertwined to mirror the protagonist's journey from confusion and despair to acceptance and release. By examining the themes of the song through a series of interconnected triadic structures, coexistence and equilibrium, reinforcement and feedback, causal relationships and reversion, we uncover deeper meanings about the nature of reality, fate, and self-reflection. These themes guide us through an existential story where life's contradictions and unresolved tensions are illuminated, suggesting broader lessons about how we understand our own existence. From the outset, Bohemian Rhapsody places us in a state of paradox. The opening lines, "Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?" immediately introduce a tension between reality and illusion, truth and deception. This tension represents a coexistence where the protagonist is caught between these opposing forces. Throughout the song, there is a fragile balance between the real and the imaginary, and this balance is never stable. The delicate harmonies and gentle piano motif reflect this shifting equilibrium, where moments of clarity are constantly interrupted by uncertainty. Rather than achieving a permanent resolution, the song suggests that life's equilibrium is fleeting, a transient moment between shifting experiences. This reminds us that life's struggles do not imply a lack of balance. Rather, they are an inherent part of finding and losing balance over time. As the song progresses, the protagonist's identity begins to unfold in a way that reinforces a sense of powerlessness and inevitability. The lyrics, "I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy," reflect a self-perception that is constantly reinforced through his experiences. He views himself as subject to external forces, accepting fate as something that happens to him, rather than something he controls. This creates a feedback loop where his belief in his own powerlessness is echoed in the events of his life, and those events in turn reinforce his belief. Musically, this idea is reflected in the song's cyclical piano patterns that rise and fall, underscoring a sense of surrender and passivity. This portrayal of reinforcement and feedback offers a philosophical insight. Our self-narratives can either trap us in self-imposed limitations or become the very mechanism through which we break free. The narrative takes a sudden and dramatic turn with the confession, "Mama just killed a man." This moment marks the shift from introspective questioning to the acknowledgement of a definitive action. The act of killing sets in motion a causal chain of consequences, suggesting that actions lead to inevitable outcomes that cannot be undone. The emotional weight of this confession is accentuated by the music's shift from soft balladry to intense dramatic chords, reflecting the gravity of the protagonist's actions. The song explores the consequences of a single decision, a choice that leads to a cascade of irrevocable results, and yet there is a yearning for reversion, a desperate desire to undo what has been done. This moment highlights a profound truth about the nature of moral decisions. They carry the weight of their outcomes, and while we may long for redemption or reversal, some paths cannot be retraced once an action has been set into motion. As the protagonist grapples with his guilt and fear, the structure of the song becomes increasingly non-linear, shifting unpredictably between musical styles, from ballad to operatic chorus to hard rock. This non-linearity reflects the chaotic, fragmented nature of his internal journey. Past actions ripple into the present, and the consequences of those actions do not follow a straightforward path, but instead influence various aspects of his life in unpredictable ways. The song's retrospective quality suggests that understanding one's present condition often requires looking back at past decisions and their indirect effects. This non-linear progression teaches an introspective lesson. The consequences of our actions often unfold in ways that are only apparent in hindsight, and our growth requires connecting disparate experiences to form a coherent narrative of self. Within this chaotic journey, there are moments of inclusivity, as seen in the refrain, "Anyway, the wind blows." This phrase suggests a kind of radical acceptance, a willingness to embrace all possibilities without judgment. It captures a moment where the protagonist allows himself to be open to whatever life brings, finding peace in letting go of expectations and control. However, this openness is counterbalanced by moments of exclusivity, where he confronts the divisions created by his actions, guilt, and identity. Musically, the shifts between major and minor keys reflect these transitions between inclusion and exclusion, suggesting that the acceptance of life's fluidity does not negate the challenges of facing definitive moments that force decisions and confrontations. In the middle of the song, we reach an operatic section where various voices and characters emerge. The figures of Scaramouche and Galileo seem to represent different facets of the protagonist's psyche: fear, confusion, and defiance, converging and clashing in a chaotic conjoining of inner voices. This operatic clash is a moment of bottleneck where all the conflicting elements are forced together in a dramatic confrontation. The plea, "Let me go," becomes the desperate cry of a man seeking to break free from the constraints imposed by his tangled emotions and guilt. The musical intensity, with its rapid changes and heightened drama, embodies this struggle for release. The song suggests that emotional resolution often requires facing and integrating conflicting parts of oneself, and the moments of bottleneck tension are necessary points of pressure that can lead to transformation and freedom. The song then takes us through a play between harmony and dissonance, particularly in the section where different vocal parts harmonize on the words Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. The interplay between harmony and discord reflects the tension between unity and conflict within the protagonist's struggle. Moments of harmonic convergence are fleeting, and they are immediately followed by dissonant clashes, symbolizing the internal and external battles he faces. The music uses overlapping voices and abrupt breaks to mirror these conflicts, teaching us that life is not a continuous state of harmony. Instead, harmony and dissonance coexist, and one often gives way to the other as part of the process of seeking resolution. Towards the climax, emotions converge in a forceful declaration. "So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye?" This is the protagonist's moment of defiance, where anger, betrayal, and rebellion unite into a single powerful voice. At the same time, this convergence exposes the fracturing of his sense of self, as the intensity of these emotions leads to both clarity and chaos. The guitar solos and rapid shifts in musical style amplify this duality, showing how strong emotions can either bring us closer to understanding ourselves or tear us apart in the process. The lesson here is in recognizing that convergence of emotion is necessary for self-expression, but divergent feelings must also be acknowledged and reconciled. Bohemian Rhapsody also plays with the idea of combination and division, particularly in the operatic section that combines whimsical references and characters, Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico, to create a chaotic yet cohesive whole. The song merges elements that seem incongruent, reflecting the human ability to hold multiple, often conflicting truths simultaneously. Yet the divisions within the song, where voices and perspectives are separated, suggest moments where these truths clash and demand resolution. The lesson here is the power of synthesis, the ability to find meaning in fragmented experiences while also recognizing that some divisions are necessary to make sense of our inner conflicts. As the song nears its end, the lyrics settle into a gentle resignation. Nothing really matters, anyone can see, nothing really matters to me. This is a moment of disassociation, where the protagonist detaches from all prior turmoil and confronts the meaninglessness of events. At the same time, there is a deeper association taking place, an acceptance of all that has come before. The slow return to the ballad form mirrors this emotional release, suggesting that disassociation can be a form of finding peace, a necessary distancing to integrate the lessons of a tumultuous journey. Finally, Bohemian Rhapsody integrates all its themes into a singular narrative thread, while simultaneously allowing them to disintegrate as the song fades away. The final repetition of "Carry On, as if nothing really matters" suggests a sense of both integration and disintegration. The protagonist has synthesized his experiences, acknowledging each part of his journey, while also letting these associations dissolve into a quiet acceptance. This final release reflects the resolution to let go of past identities and consequences, finding solace in the dissolution of inner conflicts. In essence, Bohemian Rhapsody is a journey through the complexities of the human experience, using musical shifts and narrative triads to explore themes of reality, identity, consequence, and self-reflection. The song teaches that life is full of opposing forces that coexist, reinforce conflict, and ultimately resolve in a way that shapes our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Each triadic structure, from the balance of reality and fantasy to the interplay between harmony and dissonance, contributes to a profound exploration of what it means to struggle, to accept, and to carry on.